The marriage part is difficult, but I love the weddings.
Clearly.
Number 10, Nikki Hilton and Todd Meister, 85 days.
You like getting cold feet? Like, why is there no date? The date should be the first thing, and then you branch out.
Today, Nikki Hilton is married to James Rothschild, whom she wed in 2015. Prior to this union of wealthy families, however, Hilton married former childhood friend Todd Andrew Meister in 2004, reportedly on a whim. The marriage only lasted 85 days after their nuptials at a Las Vegas wedding chapel.
The bachelorette
Your
party
bachelorette party.
was fun.
Yeah?
It was fun.
It was
But
like
talk about it. Very tame.
Meister would reappear in the news in 2012 when his personal assistant, Renata Shamrakova, was charged with embezzling nearly $1 million from him. Shamrakova alleged that she and Meister had been in a relationship, which had ended when she discovered that Meister was still emailing his ex-wife. Meister denies that he and Shamrakova were romantically involved.
I think it's a constant battle. If anyone says they have it right, they're lying.
Number 9, Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries, 72 days.
Are you excited to be getting married?
Totes.
We all know that reality television shows often contain very little actual reality within their content. As a result, many pop culture fans weren't too surprised when the marriage between reality star Kim Kardashian and NBA player Kris Humphries came to an end after only 72 days.
I feel awful that I made him move out here and change his whole life, and I feel bad for him. I feel sad. I feel bad for the guy.
The whirlwind courtship and nuptials were filmed for Kim's show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But soon after the pair were hitched, things started to fall apart. So was the whole affair just for ratings? Or were the happy couple actually that, at least for a time?
I failed at this, and you think that I don't feel bad? People change their mind. People make mistakes.
Number 8, Drew Barrymore and Jeremy Thomas, 39 days.
I was so attracted to our next guest, I even married him.
Drew Barrymore is one of many celebrities that have multiple short marriages under their belts. In the early 2000s, the Scream actress was famously hitched to Tom Green for 5.5 months.
We haven't seen or spoken to each other in far too long.
Thanks for having me here, Drew. And I'm really couldn't be more excited about your new show.
Before that, her earlier marriage to bar owner Jeremy Thomas barely cracked the 30-day mark. Barrymore was just 19 years old when she tied the knot with the 31-year-old Thomas back in 1994. The union lasted 39 days before Barrymore filed for divorce. Since these marriages, Barrymore has also been married to art consultant Will Kopelman, which lasted a relatively longer time, from 2012 to 2016.
And I had this ring in my snowboard bag that I was waiting. It was like burning a hole in my bag. I'm waiting to give it to her.
This ring?
That's the ring, yeah.
This ring?
Number 7, Mario Lopez and Ali Landry, 18 days.
I approached him and he swore up and down it was, not true. But my little voice inside me was telling me that there's something going on.
Mario Lopez and Ali Landry's marriage in 2004 lasted 2.5 weeks. This was despite the pair actually being an item for over 6 years prior to the big day. In a 2011 interview, Lopez came clean about what had transpired. Just a few days before the wedding, he'd cheated on Landry during his bachelor's party south of the border.
All of my friends and family were flying down to this wedding in Mexico, and so I went through with the wedding.
Wow, dude. The actress filed for an annulment when she found out. Lopez wrote about the incident with regret in his memoir Just Between Us, admitting that Landry's feelings of hurt and anger at his behavior were justified.
I found out everything I had heard before, plus so much more, was true and had happened.
Number 6, Sinead O'Connor and Barry Harridge, 16 days. Singer Sinead O'Connor had been married thrice before her union with Irish therapist Barry Harridge in 2011.
The wolf is getting married, and he never cry again.
The wedding took place in Las Vegas, and the couple reportedly lived together for 7 days only. The two had met online after O'Connor made a public appeal for a partner on her website. Harridge had responded, and the rest was, well, it was history. A very short history.
Fire.
It's not clear when exactly they divorced, as in January 2012, O'Connor said that they'd reunited, and in February 2014 that they would renew their wedding vows, an intention that lasted 2 weeks. The marriage was to be O'Connor's last. Sadly, she passed away in July 2023.
Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
Number 5. Eddie Murphy and Tracy Edmonds, 14 Days.
I'm gonna go up myself, all right?
Well, you're not really supposed to go up.
Yeah, but floral delivery is my life. I have to take it up. Thank you.
The fleeting union between Eddie Murphy and film producer Tracy Edmonds is a great example of how regrets can creep in after making a huge life decision like marriage. The two exchanged vows on January 1st, 2008 on an island off Bora Bora. According to sources who spoke to People magazine, however, they fought like cats and dogs, and just 2 weeks later, they backpedaled on their decision.
What about the woman you're supposed to marry?
I do not love her. Why do you think I came to America?
Since they hadn't obtained a marriage license in the US, technically they were never legally married, but we're gonna include it here anyway.
Your Highness, we have not come to that part yet.
Number 4, Pamela Anderson and Jon Peters, 12 Days.
You married, what, 4 times?
4 times.
Engaged 8 times? 8 or 9?
Probably more.
When Baywatch star Pamela Anderson and infamous Hollywood producer Jon Peters tied the knot in 2020, it was marriage number 5 for both. Anderson had previously been married to Tommy Lee, Kid Rock, and Rick Solomon twice. Anderson has said that, in fact, she and Peters were never legally married, since their marriage certificate was never filed.
What?
I believe in love. I don't like to be divorced.
Well, they certainly realized their mistake quickly, calling it quits after 12 days. Peters announced his engagement to actress Julia Bernheim just weeks later in February the same year.
You pretty much know everything by now. I don't think there's any secrets here.
Number 3, Dennis Hopper and Michelle Phillips, 8 Days.
And you never heard a single word I said. Oh, make it down.
Michelle Phillips gained fame as a vocalist in The Mamas and the Papas, and was just transitioning to the world of acting when she appeared in The Last Movie, directed by Dennis Hopper.
You better make it.
This collaboration would lead to a romantic union that would last a total of 8 days in the autumn of 1970. According to Hopper, the first 7 days were pretty good. Phillips, on the other hand, was rumored to have filed for divorce on the grounds of unnatural sex demands. If this all sounds strange, that's because it was, especially considering how Hopper admits that The Last Movie was a film fueled by drugs and orgiastic behavior. Number 2, Nicolas Cage and Erika Koike, 4 Days. Nicolas Cage is another Hollywood actor who's no stranger to whirlwind romances.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
In 2002, he was famously married to Elvis Presley's daughter Lisa Marie, but they filed for divorce after 107 days. That's long compared to Cage's 4th marriage, to makeup artist Erika Koike in 2019. The Con Air star filed for annulment after just 4 days.
Eyewitnesses say they were arguing the entire time.
Whoa, you're arguing before you get married?
Cage has admitted that alcohol was a big factor in their decision to marry. According to court documents, Cage also cited Koike's criminal record, which included DUIs and allegations of assault, as well as a relationship with another person.
Hey, what y'all built together in 4 days?
Exactly.
I'm so confused.
Number 1, Britney Spears and Jason Allen Alexander, 55 Hours. No, not that Jason Alexander. Jason Allen Alexander was a childhood friend of Spears who became her husband back in January of 2004.
We went to the chapel and we set everything up and we got married and we did everything, the whole pictures and everything.
I mean, but you went back and got a license too, and didn't they say you need a license? You went back and got one?
Actually, you have to have a license, you know.
The affair, according to Spears herself in her 2023 memoir, The Woman in Me, was impulsive. The sort of decision that young people make after a few drinks.
And we was looking at each other and we was like, let's go do something wild and crazy and let's go get married just for Well, hell up, let's go.
Alexander and Spears were married at a Las Vegas wedding chapel, but the marriage would only last 55 hours before the toxic singer had the whole thing annulled. Fast forward to 2022, and Alexander would actually crash another Britney Spears wedding, this time to Iranian model actor Sam Asghari.
I couldn't allow her to get married that day based off of the past 2 years of us and the conversations we have had on the phone. And the fact that there's just a lot of stuff not adding up, and then I have all this concern, and I couldn't drag on anymore.
Ever fantasize about a quickie Vegas wedding? Let us know in the comments.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.